Hi everyone, today is Sunday, September 4th, 2016. And you see how Nicole Scherzinger basically represents Miss Scarlet from Cluedo here because she's wearing a red dress. Then Simon Cowell is representing Satan and the darkness because he's wearing black. Just like Sharon's wearing black for the darkness as well, but she's also wearing gold for the golden age. Now Louis represents Jesus because he's wearing blue for Jesus Christ. And Israel and Jacob. But he's also wearing white for heaven. So see how Louis wearing white and blue. See how Karen Carpenter's wearing white and blue here. Because she represents the woman of the Bible. That woman there. So, and Richard Carpenter represents Jesus. Now, basically, right, you see that they're basically in this elephant thing that looks like a ship, where it represents just like this oil ship for the wise virgins. Basically, the ship of souls that leaves for heaven. And here's the Karen Carpenter character, the woman of the Bible character. So she has to get inside that ship. Just like she's inside this ship here, see? So, she represents her. Because she has to leave to go to heaven. Right, so that being said, AJ in Strictly Come Dancing represents Jesus. Because the A represents just like Captain America, and then the J represents just like Michael. Because like Michael Jackson represents Michael the Archangel. So Kim Kardashian's like dressed like a Muslim here because it represents Islam rising up. And then see England goalkeeper Joe Hart stars in advert for Gillette razor, just like Satan's razor sharp claws. See, can you make out the Illuminati pyramid right there? And then do you see the two Freemason pillars right there, just like the twin towers? See that? see the two pillars right there of Freemasonry? This great chain that is wrapped around this pillar represents the chain that binds Satan in the bottomless pit. So that we've done in our previous videos we've shown a Johnny Depp advert for a fragrance called Sauvage. And basically in the advert he was taking off either one chain or some chains, and it probably represents just like this chain here. And this is my other latest video, Strictly Come Dancing, Illuminati Freemason Symbolism. Yeah, so this was literally like my last video before this one. So check that out if you haven't checked it out already. Thank you very much, everybody. Hallelujah. Jaden Smith here represents transgender stuff rising up. And do you see the two pillars again, just like the Twin Towers? This side is Jesus Christ's side. The white side of heaven. This side is Satan's side, the black side of the darkness. The two pillars are there. The two pillars are there. The two pillars are there. On this one's Jesus' side. and this one Satan's side. But this pillar is going to be destroyed, so there's no more grace and mercy. And this bit in the middle is the time of the Fifth Age, and that's why there's this V here. Here's the transgender people in X Factor that got through. Well, actually, I'm not sure if they're transgender. They might just be gay, but you know, it represents like gayness and transgender stuff rising up. So, yeah, this even goes back to the LGBT flag. See, it actually represents blending all of these nations together, and blending all of the religions together and such. Even goes back to when Jaden Smith's like representing transgender people rising up right here. Now Joanne in Strictly Come Dancing, she represents the woman of the Bible. See, she's gone from having brown or brunette hair to having blonde hair. Just like in with Mia Wasikowska, where in Stoker she has brunette hair, but in Alice in Wonderland she has blonde hair. Because obviously Mia Wasikowska represents the woman of the Bible as well. Now, in this, there's this one advert with Joe Hart, the goalkeeper, in it. And he's the goalkeeper for the England football team. Now, it's a Head and Shoulders advert. So the head represents just like the grievous head wounds to the beast. And the shoulders represents just like, have you heard that thing about, on one shoulder there's an angel and on another shoulder there's a devil? Well, those two shoulders represent just like the two pillars of Freemasonry. See the grievous head wounds to the beast.
This could be trouble. Head and Shoulders Itchy Scalp Care Shampoo with eucalyptus extract. Its formula works instantly to help soothe an itchy scalp and keep you up to 100% flake-free. Don't let it drive you mad. Head and Shoulders Itchy Scalp.
So, I mean, you can just see all of the symbolism in that one advert there. Joe Hart gets a wound on his head that represents the grievous head wounds to the beast. And then Joe Hart's wearing a green kit, which represents Islam rising up. So even that guy had RE, the initials RE, on his clothing, which represents just like Resident Evil.
This could be trouble. Head and Shoulders Itchy Scalp Care Shampoo with eucalyptus extract. Its formula works instantly to help soothe an itchy.
And then you see the green for Islam again.
And keep you up to 100% flake-free. Don't let it drive you mad. Head and Shoulders Itchy Scalp Care.
So there was various people going about there, like some of which were wearing blue clothing for Jesus Christ. And some of them were even wearing white shorts for heaven. So that the Head and Shoulders thing itself, like it had various colours on it. So it had green for Islam, it had blue for Jesus Christ, and it had white for heaven, which represents blending the iron with the clay, blending the light with the dark, blending the good with the bad. And then it looks like it either had purple or pink on it as well. Which represents, number one, gayness rising up, but number two, cab race. It even goes back to this guy wearing pink, see? And remember when I showed that Johnny Depp fragrance advert? Where it goes back to this Keira Knightley fragrance advert as well. Where Keira Knightley represents the woman of the Bible wearing white for heaven. And there's the nuclear football teed up for the Fifth Age. See the nuclear football right there? So yeah, like even when what's in the Bob? Like when Karen Carpenter was on that Disney ride with the elephant, the elephant represents worshipping the image of the beast. And it goes all the way back to being locked out of heaven and stuff like that. Like the satanic people and the Islam people will be locked out of heaven. And like with the other religions apart from Christianity. So yeah, like so yeah, it even goes back to that elephant that is in the Kanye West video, No Church in the Wild. And then you see this guy's got crowns on his shirt. Just like this. So kings have crowns, don't they? So it's just like this guy's the king of the Illuminati. Like even in Newsroids, they showed Tess Daly as a robot. So that represents robots rising up. And like Tess Daly actually represents the woman of the Bible with her blonde hair. But you see how this clown's wearing red for Satan, and the X Factor logo is red for Satan. This guy has even got gold stars on his forehead because it represents like the golden age. But it also represents that it's to do with the star systems because we have to leave and go into our rest so that we can go into the heavenly areas of the Pleiades.